Hello everyone, this is Jono, I'm Matt's older brother, and I'm here to do an ultimate team today. My dad's done one already, which went down okay. This is my team. First of all, we've got in goal, we'll go from the back forwards, we've got Edwin van der Sar, but I'm going for Edwin van der Sar not in the Fulham years, but in the Juventus years when he was at his best.
I forgot he was at Juventus.
Yep, about 6'5" and about 10 stone, and he could
10 stone,
maybe 11, and he could. He was pretty good. Yep. All right. So centre back, two centre backs, starting with, and I did want some different centre backs. I did want Alan Hansen in there, mainly because I used to go to school with his son. But
random story.
Yep. Oh, so I'm 13 years older than Matthew. I know you wouldn't know it, but I went when Matthew was little. I used to be friends with. I must have been about 12, 13. I was friends with Alan Hansen's son. Adam, and we used to every time Matthew went round as a baby, he'd vomit all over Alan Hansen's beautiful footballer's house.
Lived in a very nice house.
Yeah, and I think you might have vomited in the car once as well. Wow. So far we've got centre backs anyway, not Alan Hansen because he's not on the game. So we've got, but if any of you do, check out some more videos of him. He was really good. So we've got. I also had a race with him once, and he beat me. He was fast.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
I also had a race with him once, and he beat me. He was fast. Paolo Maldini could play left back or centre back. That amazing Milan team from the 90s.
Would you say he's your favourite centre back, or?
Yeah, he's brilliant, and what a good-looking guy as well. He's the all-round footballer, and he played till he was almost 40.
Random fact, people may not know, you were semi-pro, weren't you?
I played a bit many years ago.
Southport?
Back in the day, yeah, many years ago. Yeah, good old Hague Avenue. So we've got Paolo Maldini. He actually, random story, he entered a professional tennis tournament last year in the doubles. So it's not just football that he's played professionally. Other centre back, sort of a centre back, but sort of a midfielder as well, so he could bring the ball forward well. Again, slightly limited by the FIFA Legends cards, but Marcel Desailly. Again, not in the Chelsea years. He was still pretty good then, but before that at AC Milan, he was an absolutely stunning player. Yeah, no one could get the ball off him. He was too big, so he was fantastic. Too big. Yep.
Right back, who's your favourite?
Okay, so this is the first player that I've actually seen in the flesh, and that's Javier Zanetti.
Where did you see him play?
It was at Anfield. He played in a pre-season friendly for Inter when they were playing Liverpool, and that was when. Do you remember John Newby?
Yeah.
That was when John Newby was playing for Liverpool. One of my friends when I was a kid. One of the only games he played for Liverpool, but still played for Liverpool more than most. And Zanetti was just a class apart, and that was a good team they had back then. But he was brilliant. Oh, just ludicrous! Almost 1,000 games, and he was so consistent every game.
He could actually still
yeah, one of those players who probably still could. Brilliant for Argentina as well. Well, right, this is weird with Roberto Carlos, because I don't think Roberto Carlos is anywhere near the best left back around. Okay, I think.
Wow, controversial.
He's
no fourth appearance
decent,
on the channel, and this is controversial.
but I think what Roberto Carlos does. He does incredibly memorable things. So some of you younger viewers may not have seen Le Tournoi, that famous free kick where he curled it at the outside of his foot about 10 yards. Anyone? I don't know if you've seen this. Did you ever see the goal from the corner flag?
But he had the left-hand side, and he curved it, and the goalkeeper just got a tiny touch, but still looked insane. That's the best goal I've ever seen.
It's the best goal I've ever seen. Basically, for those of you who haven't seen it, look it up. But it comes over. I think it's a long pass that comes right over to the far left-hand corner, right next to the corner flag, like right in the quadrant by where the corner flag is. How high would you say the ball is?
3-4
waist height, maybe shoulder height.
Yeah.
It's pretty high, and he jumps and volleys it, and it just arcs right sort of over the goalie's head into the far corner, and just under the bar. You couldn't make it up. It's the best goal I've ever seen.
Before I go into it, which teams did he play for before Real Madrid?
Okay, so I can remember. Inter Milan, or was that after?
That was before.
Was it Inter Milan? Was it? Oh, good. Okay.
Look at the teams he played for. A lot.
Yeah, a lot in. Yeah, but then these were the ones where he was winding down.
Roy,
he played a lot for Fenerbahce though.
Roy Hodgson let him go. Told him it wasn't good enough.
When he was at Inter.
That's all we need to know about Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, he didn't play many games for him.
Central.
Okay, so.
I mean, who would you go for?
Midfield was a problem, right? Because all the players I wanted in midfield, none of them exist on this game. So I wanted Zidane in there, who's my favourite ever
Who is
player.
manager,
Who's
why.
a manager, hence why he's the manager. Not because I think he's the best manager, because I think he's the best central midfielder. Redondo, I wanted in there, but he doesn't exist on
He was
this.
amazing on PES.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, he was also amazing in real life.
PES? Maybe before that.
Okay, and I wanted Ryan Giggs in there.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, well, basically these are all the players who I used to pretend to be when I was playing when I was younger. All right, Redondo was so graceful. Has any of you seen his performance against Man United?
Maybe he's like a hidden player on FIFA. Is that how you spell it?
That's him, Fernando Redondo. Yeah.
I mean, you sure? It could be a 55 rated player.
Oh, it could be someone else with that name.
He's not in the game. What the hell?
That's weird. That is his name, unless that's another one with the same name.
That's crazy. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Anyway, he was so graceful. Giggs his dribbling was unbelievable, and he's so consistent. It was better when he was younger. He sort of got a bit slow when he was older. And I'd have Steve McManaman in there as well for the same reason, because I used to pretend to be him when I was a kid. But they're not on it. So we've gone for. Who have we gone for? I can't read it for me. Can't remember. Vieira. Yep. Because we needed someone with a bit of strength and guile in there. He had a bit more about him than Makelele or Kante does, although Kante is pretty good as well. Iniesta, just because I think there's not many of the players like him. His cleverness and his the way he sort of ghosts in and out of positions is second to none. And also got Ronaldinho in there as well. I had the privilege of watching Ronaldinho 2 or 3 times and went to watch Barcelona play when he was really, when he was in his pomp, when he was at his best. And just to see 90,000 people just being excited by what he's doing, it's just amazing. Best player, maybe the best player I've seen live.
I said this before on video and stuff. Do you think Ronaldinho is the most joyful player you've watched? Who makes you want to go and play?
Him and Dwight York.
Dwight York?
Well, he just played with a massive smile on his face, didn't he, the whole time? So Ronaldinho, he did things I've never seen other players do, like controlling it with his back and stuff like that. You know, just stunning stuff. Pretty good, pretty good.
This is tough. There's a lot of players. Obviously, those are the players on the bench you've gone with. However, who would you go with as the cap?
Okay, so again, this isn't necessarily like the best players in the world, because you probably just stick Cristiano Ronaldo in there. But I've gone for, again, players who I've seen in the flesh and things like that. So Messi, who's the best player ever, by quite a way, I think.
Wow.
The Ronaldo fans will be on. Ronaldo's not bad as well. Gone for the other Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo.
Wow.
I love a step over, and he is the king of step overs. And when he played, when he was at Barca, before his knee injuries, he was absolutely stunning. He was still good after it, but before then, you just couldn't get anywhere near him.
He's got records insane.
Absolutely ridiculous. This is before the period of Ronaldo and Messi scoring more than a goal a game. Nobody ever did that before, but Ronaldo pretty much did in those years. Just a shame he got slowed down by his knee injuries. And then Luis Suarez, who we went to every Liverpool game, didn't we, that season, where Liverpool almost won the league and Gerrard fell over and all that. And Suarez that year is just probably just the best player I think I've ever seen consistently over that long. Every game he would just run the whole game, and he was scoring for fun that year as well, and his link-up play with Sturridge was brilliant. Alright, there's a downside to him, you can't go around biting people all the time, but his play that year was just unbelievable.
There is your final ultimate team, my brother's ultimate team. Thoughts on who's your favourite player out of all of them?
Out of all, what, as in who I think is the best, or who I like?
Who's your favourite?
Well, a couple of my favourites aren't in there, but I'd say it's probably got to be, in terms of seeing players live, Suarez.
Wow.
But in terms of players I've seen, on TV and all that, probably the original Ronaldo. So Cristiano Ronaldo, because he's got to be included somewhere because he's brilliant, but he's a bit annoying. I mean, even his photo on there is a bit annoying.
His photo's a bit annoying.
Does it not? Is it not an annoying face for Cristiano Ronaldo's face? I think it's quite an annoying face. I'm sure. No, he has a very good reputation. He's supposed to be a great fella, but on the pitch, he's a bit of a diva, isn't he? So we've got Henry, probably one of the best players ever seen in the Premiership over a long period of time. What's that sound there? Hunter.
Oh, yeah,
he's a hunter. He's a goal.
Gives him better.
A goal hunter. Van Basten, one of the best goals ever seen. It was like Although it's like a tame version of Roberto Carlos's one, the one he scored in the, I think it was in 1988.
His record's insane. My God.
Well, he played for Milan in the years when the Italian league was the best in the world, and anyone can score, do 1-to-1 appearances to goals in Holland. So that's what he had there.
Shots fired at Holland right there.
Yeah. Ruud Hullit's brilliant. Just one of the, just a great player to watch, with his flowing dreadlocks back in the day, and that Holland team back then were just incredible with him and Rijkaard and Van Basten. Rui Costa in there because I saw him do the best step over I've ever seen against England in I think it was a friendly, and he was against Paul Gascoigne, centre midfield, and he did a step over and left Paul Gascoigne on his arse. Michael Owen, because I sort of saw him grow up. So he used to play. Do you remember this? He used to play. Liverpool youth team used to play at a pitch in a school at the bottom of our road when we were growing up. And a friend of mine, John Newby, used to, well, sort of acquaintance more than a friend, but he used to play for Liverpool's youth team up front with Michael Owen. So we used to watch Michael Owen play all the time. And he was pretty good. Matthew's just gone to get our chicken. By the way, if any of you ever want any takeaway chicken, Freddy's is brilliant. I don't know if they do it elsewhere, but there's about 4 or 5 of them in Liverpool. One of the best places you can go. Cracking chicken, and they stick a hash brown in the wrap, which doesn't sound like it'll work, but it does.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay, Dennis Bergkamp again, cracking player. Sort of grew up with him through the Premiership years, but really he's in for that goal against Newcastle. You know the one, don't you? The one where he's got Nikos Dabizas sort of inside his shirt and he flicks it around in one way. Even when I see it now, I don't know how he did it, and I've seen that goal 100 times. If you haven't seen it, again, have a look.
I forgot he was at Inter Milan.
Yeah, basically every player in the 90s was at Inter Milan. Inter Milan were the best, but Inter and AC were the best sides around then.
Happy with the team overall?
Well, I don't know how actually good that team. I mean, they're going to be good because they've got some cracking players in there. You could certainly put a few more slightly better players in, but they're players I like. I've always players I like growing up, players I've seen. So Matthew just told me to do an outro, so I haven't done this before. So let me know what you think of the team. Positive comments, negative comments, whatever. Direct the negative comments at Matthew rather than me, please. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching.